Howdy. Thought I'd do another one of these kind of like what's in your bag type videos. I did one a couple weeks ago. It was kind of short and brief. My studio is a huge mess because I just did, not only did I do like a Halloween show, actually 2 Halloween shows kind of back to back on different stations, but I also have like months worth of records that I need to reshelve from radio shows. So it's like my studio is really in turmoil at the moment. But some things I picked up kind of recently. I'm having a cup of tea. And I'm having weird audio issues with my microphone. I have pan control on my mixer. And for some reason, when I pan it to the center, the audio disappears. I have no idea why. Something's wrong. So I'm going to soldier on. So if it sounds weird, that's probably why. But first off, one of the albums I got, and I'm pretty happy to have got it, is Plugz' first album, Electrify Me. And this is actually a bootleg that came out in 2011, as opposed to their self-released one. Plugz, of course, one of the early LA punk bands with Tito La Riva and others. Tito was actually in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Not the TV show, but the stage play. He played Hammy. But this is a great album. It's got a version of La Bamba on it that's very cool. Not quite like the single version. I think maybe this is the version that was on the Repo Man soundtrack. I can't remember. I'd have to listen to them side by side, and I'm not that sharp. I just picked this up at a brand new record store that opened in Camas, Washington. So Camas is about 10 miles from Vancouver and just kind of across the river from Portland. And it's like an old mill town on the river and kind of weird, but the downtown is just absolutely beautiful. It's like a town that just looks like Bedford Falls from It's a Wonderful Life. It's just beautiful, especially in the wintertime when it's decorated around the holidays. But right now it just had fall colors. But I wanted to check out this record store because my good friend, Dr. Zom, did all their cabinetry and their record bins. And the place is called Evergreen Records. But what I found there... Oh, actually, I should do this one instead. Hang on. From that same record store. So I walked in kind of going... I had all these expectations that it was going to be a typical kind of Gen Y kind of record store or millennial record store. And I walked right in and spotted this. The Residence Eskimo from 1979, a record that's eluded me for many years. And this is one of the actual Ralph issue ones. But this is probably an 80s edition of it. But I've wanted this forever. And this is the record that kind of put the Residence on the map as being, like serious, not just weirdo masked musicians, but really cool storytelling. And it's got Chris Cutler on it. Was he with Art Bears? Who is he with? Chris Cutler. It's eluding me. But also Don Preston of the Modes of Invention guest on this album. Probably other people too that I'm forgetting because me and research. But at that same store, I picked up a copy of this, Cramps, Smell of Female, a record I owned way back in the day and gave it away. But this is a European repress from not too long ago, and I gotta say the cover art is wretched. The reproduction of it, I should say, the colors are really oversaturated to the point where you can't read the scrawl on the back, and the otherwise wonderful pictures of Ivy just don't look good. It's just very but I'm happy to have it, even though I have it on CD. At that same record store, Evergreen, I picked up a nice copy of Frank Zappa, Hot Rats, which I've had the kind of abysmal 80s CD version of it, where in that era where Frank Zappa decided to release stuff on CD on Rhino, and he chose to completely remix and record whole sections of music, replacing the original artist, and they kind of suck. His excuse at the time was that the tapes were in such horrible condition that the acetate was, or whatever was, like ferric oxide was just flaking off the tapes. But over the years, they've restored them. This actually came out in a really cool box set that I need to get, thanks to Amit, Zappa, and family. And then at my other favorite record store, which is Everybody's Records in Vancouver, I picked up a bunch of birthday party and birthday party related stuff. I picked up The Bad Seed, which was, I believe, the last thing the birthday party did together. I could be wrong, but it's got some really cool killer tracks. And again, I have some of these tracks on like a compilation CD, but nice to have this on vinyl. And this is a first edition. Great stuff. And then this, which spotty. I've always wanted it. It's a split with the birthday party on one side. It's called Drunk on the Pope's Blood, and it's a live performance. There's a very cool version of the Stooges Loose on here, and then the other side is Lydia Lunch. It's called The Agony is the Ecstasy. Consists of Christian Hoffman, who she's worked for on drums, Steve Severin on guitar, Murray Mitchell. Oh, and I thought that Thurston Moore was on this, but he's not. But anyway, this recording is probably one of the least essential things by Lydia Lunch you'll ever need. It's just her kind of caterwauling in front of a kind of arrhythmic drum beat and then just some guitar noise. It's just not great. But I had Lydia Lunch on it, so I had to buy it. And that's sort of birthday party related. And then the third Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds album, Kicking Against the Pricks, which is an album of cover songs that I really love. One of my favorite tracks on here is their cover of the Velvet Underground's All Tomorrow's Parties. But there's some just killer tracks on here. And this is the era of the Bad Seeds, where I had Blixa Bargeld of Einstersund and Neubauten, and the wonderful Barry Adamson on bass. And, of course, Mick Harvey, who was in the birthday party. And Thomas Weidler. So, yes, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Kicking Against the Pricks. And then at a thrift store, where I almost never look at records anymore, and one thing I never look at are their box sets, because they're always like Reader's Digest organ hits or things like that. And sometimes those are funny, but I don't really have the room to dedicate to big box sets of easy listening music. But the one thing I do look for is cool classical box sets, and I finally got this. I've been wanting this for a long time. It's not that hard to find, but it's Kurt Weill and Bertold Brecht. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Die Dreigroschenoper, which I'm sorry, three-penny opera. And this is my favorite recording of it. It's a 1958 recording, of course, with Lotte, Lenya, but also has Wolfgang Nuss on it singing. And this is probably my favorite version of three-penny opera of all the recordings of it. It's got, of course, the classic recording of Mac the Knife, Mackie Messer. I love this album. I know that's really pretentious of me, but I love it. And then I picked this up because we went to a thrift store, my sweetie and I, and she was kind of like going, I can't believe you're not going to look through all those, what I call garbage records, just the huge piles of records at thrift stores. They're never worth going through. And she was kind of going through them, kind of making fun of me, like, but there's this, and there's this, and there's this. And she found this one, Music to Break a Sub-Lease. And I bought it, and I just listened to it the other day. It's hilarious. You know, of all those music to records, sometimes they're hilarious. Sometimes they just tack the title on. This one's kind of funny. It's almost like big band kind of music played by a small combo with like singing. It sounds like they sound like drunken people singing along. It's not like super funny in an outsider way, but it's a goofy record that you could tell it was supposed to be like instant party for, you know, somebody in the 1950s. Pretty funny, and it sounds like something you'd play like maybe New Year's Eve or something if you wanted to have a retro New Year's Eve party. So that was pretty funny. So those are my finds. Oh, and something I keep forgetting that I've got, and this is a CD. I sometimes forget CDs, but I got Rudy Schwartz project, Better Storage Solutions for Mr. Jerkoff. And Rudy Schwartz is a project of a guy named Joe Newman, and he's been putting out stuff under the Rudy Schwartz imprint since like the cassette era, since the mid 80s. And I first became aware of his music via the Church of Subgenius and Reverend Ivan Stang's fantastic book, High Weirdness by Mail. And so I was always intrigued and really enjoy his music a lot. And a lot of them are like political parody stuff. But one of the things I always like about Rudy Schwartz stuff is he kind of reminds me of the cartoonist Drew Friedman. Bear with me. It's like not so much before he became like a caricaturist. Drew Friedman's comic strips were hilarious because like Rudy Schwartz project, he would revive just like old forgotten obscure celebrities and give them like absurd stories. And that's one of the things I really like about Rudy Schwartz project is and there's great song titles too. Prelude to the Rescheduled Dental Appointments of a Recumbent Water Buffalo. They're just hilarious. I really recommend it. Very scatological and not safe for work by any means, but hilarious and really well played music. Fantastic instrumentation and playing, and there's like a lot of like love for like old timey music. If you're into like Bonzo Dog Band, I would really recommend Rudy Schwartz project. Always fun to get something from him. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. Sorry about all the coughing. Sorry about the weird audio. But I just thought I'd make a really impromptu video before I clean up the mess in my studio. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. Encourage me. Or don't. Bye.